Hey guys, it's been a while since I did a porch talk, so I thought I would do a porch talk today and not rock this creaking porch swing. Sorry about that. But anyway, today, I don't know why, but today for some reason what's on my heart is low self-esteem. I don't know if you have been, here comes, these motorcycles are going cray cray. And that horn, I don't know who the boy is, but he always cuts by here and using that horn and honking like a train. Okay, now he's gone by. But anyway, self-esteem. I don't know if anybody else like me and have struggled with self-esteem all their life. I more or less have. And, thinking about it, when you try to fight the low self-esteem, and you try to go back, you'll be able to tell I've been through a lot of therapy in my life, but you go back and you try to figure out where actually did the low self-esteem maybe even stem from, or maybe start. That you can guess. I don't know that anybody will officially ever really know, but I know a point in mine where maybe it wasn't the start of it, but it sure didn't help if it wasn't. And it actually came from a teacher. And that should be the last person that should ever have a student get lower self-esteem. And let me just tell you about the situation. And it could have been I already had it, but I don't know. But it's only in first grade, so I don't think I really had it before then. But who knows, okay? But it was in first grade, and I remember it like it was yesterday. And I'm old. I'm 58 years old, so that can tell you it's least. See, first grade, what are you, 5? You go to kindergarten, 6, maybe 7 at the most. Okay, so almost 50 years ago, if not over 50 years ago. And I'm not going to mention the teacher's name, but I think she's retired, and hopefully she's retired by now. I think she is. She was, last time I had talked to a friend that I went to school with, she was still teaching, but I think she's probably retired by now. But like I said, I can remember the incident like it was just, she was never really mean to me throughout that whole year, besides this one time that I can remember. And it was over me and my best friend at that time. She lived right down the road from us. We played together. We did everything together. Well, this other little girl came to our school, and I don't know what happened, or evidently she must have really won my teacher's affection or whatever. But I think she wanted to play with my friend, my bestie at that time. But I guess she didn't want to play with me, maybe? I don't know. I'm not for sure. But all I know is the teacher called me up to her desk. And I don't know that the other students could hear. I really don't know if they was even paying attention. But she didn't really scold me, but she told me that she thought that I needed to learn how to play with other friends and other people. And so she would not allow me to play with my friend for, I don't remember how long it was set, but it was enough that it changed our friendship too, my friend's friendship kind of too. Not total, but it still changed it. And so this other girl that came in new to school got to play with her, and they went to all these other kids, which meant if I couldn't play with them, I was just kind of like by myself. There was another friend that I got to know real good, and I still treasure her friendship to today at that time. And I didn't realize until we got together a few years ago how bad this teacher had treated her. It was my story. It's nothing according with up next to hers. But so I believe that's where my self-esteem started. I wasn't good enough to play with her and the other kids on the playground. And so me and this little friend on recess, we would just sit out there and talk to each other and play. But that set the stage for me not feeling good enough, of having the different classes, I guess you should say. I mean, you have the upper class, the middle class, the lower class. I've always hated those words. To me, I want to believe that everybody would think everybody is equal, but that's not the case. Everybody doesn't. I mean, if you have, I don't know how they can, I don't know. It's just weird how it's always been. And I guess I've always considered myself like underclass, I guess the lower class, I guess. I don't know. Because that's how I felt. I guess that's how she made me feel at that time. But anyway, and I did find out, like I said, later on, this same teacher, and I did not know this, and I don't know if my friend, I don't want to mention names, ever brought it up to her mom or her dad, or she was too scared to, or what. But this same teacher locked her in a closet because she was bad, and locked her in a closet. I don't remember for how long, but it was long, and it don't matter how long. Lock a 6-year-old child in a closet and wouldn't let her up. I guess it was during one of our recesses or something, or lunchtime maybe. I don't know, but I never knew about it until she told me, and I was like, oh my gosh, that lady was crazy. So then I guess I just reaffirmed that it wasn't just me. Now, I went on to have other great teachers. My 4th grade teacher, I can remember, was my favorite teacher. She took us all, the class, to her house, and we had a slumber party, and it was just so much fun. And then, of course, she had the teachers that you didn't get along with, and my 5th grade teacher was one of those that believed in those upper class, middle class, and lower class. Just saying. And plus, it didn't help that my mother and her had got into it before over my brother. So she never was really mean to me. Well, she was kind of once, but my mother handled it, and after that, she wasn't anymore. But I loved her husband, and her husband was a dear teacher, and I loved her husband. Her husband was totally different than her. She was so tight-winded and just, and her husband was just so laid back and just a wonderful teacher. But, so anyway, so that's how, I really believe that's, and I have false self-esteem all my life. It's just been something that I've struggled with. And I know I'm not alone. And I am trying to get better, but there's still times when I suffer from major depressive disorder. So there are times when it gets really bad. And I also have social anxiety. So believe it or not, here I am filming. But you know what? I've seen a lot of that, though. I've seen a lot of YouTubers that's on YouTube that has social anxiety, but yet they can film with no problem. Well, with a problem, but they can film easier than they can go out to a big party or go out to a big social event. So it must be a common thing. So, but anyways, I don't know where all I was going with that, but that's where I just wanted to kind of talk to you today. If you have self-esteem issues, and I think so many people have it, and it leads to depression, or the depression leads to the low self-esteem. I don't know. Like I said, when mine first started, I really believe it goes all the way back to 1st grade, because that's when I felt to me like I wasn't good enough to play with the other kids. And I don't know that she had that intention. I don't think she did. Maybe she didn't realize what she was doing. And sadly, I didn't speak up. I don't remember bringing it up to my mom, because I know my mom would have gone up there if she didn't think it was right. But I don't know if I brought it up to my mom or not. I don't remember. And then looking back, then I had my friend tell me what she did to her. I was like, oh my gosh. I never knew that until like just a few years ago. I'm going, oh man, maybe we could have prevented a lot of kids, because if she did that back then, I just wonder how many more kids she has affected. And I'm going to pause right quick, because I've got to go shut my screen door. It's open and it keeps going back and forth. And you probably can hear that squeak and don't like it. My next door neighbors came out, and he's putting his lawnmower up. And if he sees me, I got my, not telescope, tripod with my camera on it. And here I am talking to my phone. And he's probably going like, oh my gosh, she's flipped out. She has totally flipped out. But anyway, I got my door shut and got me some tea. And I haven't quit my Diet Pepsi or Diet Dr. Pepper, whichever one's on sale, but I am trying to add some other stuff in it, in with it too. I've even got my meal plan done for next week, guys. I am ahead of the game this week. This last week, let me tell you, it has taken all of last week to recover from the week before of all the graduations, the partying, and all that. It was a wonderful, wonderful time. But boy, was I exhausted and tired when it was over with. And also, on the vlog, I don't know which one you'll see before, when I went last week because I was vlogging that day when I went to Palestine to get my allergy shots and to follow up with my allergy doctor. Well, he's seen how my arms was. And he brought it up to me that it's not normal, and that I'm not elderly and I'm not on blood thinners, so it shouldn't be doing that I need to either go to my family doctor and have them look into it, or maybe even contact a hematologist. Well, I mean, this has been going on for years, guys, years. You probably know. And this may be a duplicate, so I won't go really into detail. But anyway, I did contact my family doctor, and I went in, draw blood, and if you're on that vlog day, you will see I had to go twice. The first time, he didn't draw enough blood for the orders that she wanted, so I had to come back after the other doctor appointment and have some more blood drawn. Well, I got the test results back, and they said that it was, the nurse called and said that it was stable. Well, okay, so there's really no reason for why, it shows no reason for your bruising. So easy. So if you want to go to a hematologist, just let us know which one and we'll do a referral. I go, well, I don't really want to do anything until I get back from my vacations. We were going to vacation a couple of weeks. So anyway, I guess they forget nowadays that you can look, well, I can look up on my chart and look at my lab work. Well, I had a couple of levels that were low, not extremely low, that were low. And I didn't know what they were, but when I looked them up, it was literally for the same symptoms that I'm having, for the easy bruising, for the fatigue, which I already have a chronic fatigue syndrome, but I mean, everything, even to the sore tongue, even to, like I said, the easy bruising, and just other symptoms, I'm going, oh my gosh. And most especially since I'm a bariatric patient, since I've had gastric bypass in 2012, it can be a shortage of iron, and not short, my iron could be low, or in my vitamin K. Well, they didn't run a test for my iron level, and they didn't run a test for vitamin K. I don't know if there is even a test for vitamin K. But anyway, I'm going, oh my gosh. So I started researching it myself, and it showed, so I said, well, okay. It's like literally, it's common in bariatric patients. So what I did is I went on and found me a bariatric multivitamin and with iron, and I ordered it and I started taking it. But it's like, it just kind of let me down, because I thought that this doctor or nurse practitioner really cared and really understood, and I felt like I was swept under the rug. I'm going, she knows. If she would have looked at my chart, I know she can't remember everything about every one of her patients. But when someone's having an issue, you would think she would look at the past chart and look and see what all is in my past and go from there. No, there wasn't a real low, but it was low enough to have the signs and symptoms of it. So it's like she could have just told me, hey, maybe get a good bariatric multivitamin and iron. At least she would have showed that she cared. Because when you have gastric bypass surgery, you can't really take a normal vitamin, or you would have to take like triple of that vitamin, because your body doesn't absorb the nutrients like it used to. So that's the reason why I needed a bariatric multivitamin and iron, because I don't like what iron that a normal person that hasn't had gastric bypass is a lot lower than what I would need for my body to get the iron it needs. And it's just very common for a bariatric patient for that to happen to. And I'm going, oh my gosh. So all this time, all these doctors that see me and just brush this off like it was I just thought it was my age. And they all moved, you know, and they all supposed to have been, because after I had my surgery, I seen that surgeon for 18 months, and then he let me go to my family doctor with a list of the lab work that needed to be done annually to check my vitamin levels and all that. Well, that family doctor I had, which was a wonderful family, but the last good doctor I think I've ever had, that really cared, and he retired. But he did those lab works every year. Well, I thought he would pass it on, and the next doctor I had, I told him everything, but I don't know that I don't think they ever checked all the vitamin levels. Evidently not, because this one knows also. And so she didn't check the ferritin. She didn't check the vitamin B and the vitamin D, but she didn't check the iron. She didn't check so it's like, But anyway, so I don't know how I got off on that when I was talking about my meal plan. But anyway, I've got some roast that I cooked last week. I've got a little bit of it left over. So tomorrow, I know it's my library day to go upload my videos. So I am going to do a vegetable beef soup in the crock pots. And I'm going to do a pickup this week. I'm going to save money and do a pickup. I haven't done a Walmart pickup in a long time, but I'm going to try it again. If I don't go inside the store, I won't spend as much. So with crackers. And then Tuesday, I go for my allergy shots, but I'll just have leftovers. When you make soup, you always have leftovers. Well, we do. Then Wednesday, I thought I would make some sloppy joes with some homemade hamburger buns. And I got some frozen fries that I really need to cook and use up. So I'll have those. And then I figured Thursday we'd have leftovers either from the soup or from sloppy joes, one of the others. Then Friday, I want to do breakfast for supper. I love breakfast for supper because I never eat breakfast when I get up. And then Saturday, I wrote two things down here. I have the stuff for either one. I'm going to do either homemade pizza, or I'm going to do a meatloaf with mashed potatoes and carrots and some homemade rolls. One of the two. And then Sunday, I'm thinking about asking our neighbors over for a cookout, maybe like a steak dinner for 4. And I'm not sure about that, either that or we'll have leftovers. Then the following week, we leave for vacation, guys. And so I'm not going to be cooking a whole lot because I don't want anything left in my refrigerator. So anyway, so that is what I wanted to talk to you today, mostly about the self-esteem thing. And then somehow I got off on the doctors. Squirrels, squirrels hit. And then my meal plan. But I hope y'all have a wonderful week. And I'm not for sure when this is going to go up. I've been trying to do videos like on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and like a plan with me on Saturday or Sunday. And this is a porch talk, so I've got a strawberry jam video I filmed this weekend, and I also filmed my freeze drying process of some mangoes and some squash. So I've got those to go up. So this one I'm thinking probably Thursday, and then go from there. And so I also have a vlog, so I don't know, but whenever you watch this, I hope you're having a wonderful day, a wonderful time, and I will see you next time. Bye.